Hello, stamping friends. This is Tracy Rather from Plum Crazy Stamping. So nice to see you today. It's June 19th, 2024, and time for our regular Wednesday Facebook Live. We're going to be doing another sketch today out of the catalog to show you how to use some of the resources and project ideas that are in the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. I can't wait to share with you and show you how easy it is to use sketches to create cards. So today, if you're joining me on Facebook Live, please sign in the comments your name and where you're watching from. And if you're watching on YouTube, also please sign in, and you can do that by either entering your Google account or your YouTube account, and then write your name and where you're watching from. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I am live and sharing more stamping information with you. So let's go ahead. I'm going to add on to the broadcast here so we can see the desktop and the project we're going to work on today. So let's, let me find the right page here. I'm going to page 22 in the catalog, and I'm going to put the camera down here on the desktop. And where we're looking is actually the bottom of page 22. And so I'm going to put this up a little closer for you. And these are the sketches that are on page 22 to give you card design ideas. So now last week I did sketch 1, which is right here. Today we're going to do sketch 9, and that's just counting across here until we get to this one right here. Okay, so that's the one we're going to use. And I'm going to go ahead and close the catalog here and get going. So this sketch had a picture of just a regular card front. So this is the medium sized envelope, or it's called A2. Hi, Virginie and Kelly, if I haven't already said hello. Glad to see you here. And then this had 10 small pieces of cardstock designer series paper. I'm actually going to show you both. But first I thought, you know, if you're like me, you have all kinds of paper scraps laying around that are from cutting your cardstock to match whatever it is that you're putting on your project, right? So I keep all of these, and today I'll show you how easy it is to translate that into a beautiful card background, okay? Hi, Barbie, nice to see you, and you're welcome for the friendship card. I'm glad you liked it. All right, when I was looking at these scraps, gosh, I had every color under the sun. I was thinking, how am I going to space these? Now, they showed 10 on the card sketch. So I figured with this being 5.5, I would do 10 half-inch colors. And then they kind of just put this on their card and kind of slid them back and forth, but they did show them touching. So let's just kind of do what they did, see if we like it. So I cut each of these so that I would have room to slide them back and forth. My usual card front would be 4 inches, but I actually made these 3 3/4 inches by the 1/2 inch. So I had a lot of the 1/2 inch already in my little stash here. So I didn't have to cut them that way. I just had to cut them into 3 3/4. And so I'm just kind of laying these here and seeing if I like whatever order I had the color. And once I get them all laid down, I can see if I want to make any adjustments. So you can see that I have the 1/4 inch on each side here and it kind of makes a very full background. So I like the way that that turned out. So now what I'm going to do is just go back and I'm going to glue them in place. And I'm just going to use my green glue because that will help me a bit with needing to slide something if I put something on crooked. So I'm just going to put a line of glue on each one as I glue them into place. And there's no right or wrong. All I want to make sure though is that they're straight. Unless you want to make a design where they're not straight. But today my goal is straight. So we'll do that. So this is simple, and what a great way to use something that you have that otherwise you would just throw away. I really, like finding ways to use up all of my cardstock and designer series paper. And all it takes is a little imagination and you're good to go. So I'm curious, as you guys have been looking at the new catalog, have you used any of the sketches? And did you take a whack at the sketch from last week? So the first person, I did have somebody last week that used the sketch that I shared. And so I've sent her 10 DSP card fronts cut 4x6 just to recognize the fact that she shared her art with us. That was awesome. So then when I did that, I thought, I think I am inspired by seeing what you all do. So I decided to do a card challenge right here on my Plum Crazy Stamping Facebook business page. And I'm giving out to the first 7 people that same packet of designer series paper card fronts. And actually, we already have 7 posts, so all of those are going to be put in the mail. I'm waiting for everyone to send me their mailing addresses. But I have 3 more packs of these designer series paper card front that anybody else that posts, I'm going to draw for those 3 additional sets of the card fronts. So if you want to use the sketch from last week, if you want to do the sketch from this week, or maybe you just want to share a card that you did, that would be wonderful. And next Monday, I'll draw for that and list the winners in my weekly email and also share who they are in the Facebook Live broadcast next week. Okay, so we've got a little bit of room on the bottom here and a little on the top. So I probably could have moved it down a little bit, but that's fine. So there we go. We have a background. If you wanted to even make this a little bit more unique, you could have taken either all of these and put them in an embossing folder so that they would bring some texture. You could put them in a couple different embossing folders and share texture. But I'm doing just the very simple and straightforward design that they shared with us in the catalog. Okay, and then they shared just a circle here for us to put something on the front. So I am going to go ahead and use my 2 3/8 inch punch, just in white. And, while I'm at it, because I'm going to make 2 cards for you today, the other one using designer series paper, let's punch that white out for that one too. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to slide this stuff over out of my way. All right, and I thought I would use the circle sayings, and this is the stamp set that was paired with the 2 3/8 inch punch, so the stamps fit on here. So I thought I'd make that easy for you and for me. And so this first one, I'm going to make a birthday card because it could be for anyone. It's so pretty. So let's just move that aside. We're going to do a little stamping. I'm going to get out the Pierce mat here, since we are going to be using photopolymer stamps, you know, the clear ones. And I'm going to just do Misty Moonlight. I think this is such a pretty color, and actually Misty Moonlight's right here in the middle, so it will match one of the colors on the front. You wouldn't have to do that. You could even use black if you wanted to for this stamping. So really you could do any color, whether it matched or not. And then I'm just going to center this in that circle and press down. Hi, Kim and Kathy. Hello. There we've got our celebrate. And I'm going to do a little happy birthday here. Right in the center. And then I'm going to put a birthday cupcake right inside this card. Let's just set that up here. And I'm going to open this up because I just did this on, this is the, oh gosh, I don't need, oh, thick basic white cardstock. And if I wanted to take my marker and put a couple little sprinkles on there, I could, but I don't have one sitting here. So we'll just leave it, but it looks nice on the inside. I'm going to close the ink here. All right, and I am going to pop this up. So let's grab some dimensionals. Okay. So you can put 3 or 4 on a circle. It's up to you, but I find that either combination of dimensionals works well for this size. And then I'm just going to kind of put this down here in the corner, just like the picture showed us in the sketch. So there's the design. I didn't have to make it up. And I've got a birthday card ready to put in the mail. And you know what would really be fun is either taking markers and making some stripes on your envelope flap, or taking some strips of the colored paper and putting on the envelope so that it matched. So that's a very easy example of sketch 9. Now let's go ahead, and I'm going to make another one. And this one I decided to use some of our other supplies here. So this designer series paper I used not too long ago. This is the new Full of Life. And these colors, okay, let me just kind of pull this out a little bit so you can see all kinds of colors. Very fun. So I thought this one I'm going to make a little festive. And so when I was planning how I was going to follow the sketch design, let me pull this over here, is I chose one of the pieces of paper that had just the gradients of color. And I thought this was so bright and cheery. So then when I cut this, I used the same size strips. So these are a 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. Now, right now I've laid it out the way that it was on the designer series paper, and I have 2 extra pieces here. Okay. So we'll just kind of leave those. Oops, I think it goes that direction. See how I want to put that inside the card. This is going to be for the card insert, actually. So we've got that. So one way you can do this is you could put it straight, even not jogging it back and forth like the sketch shows us. And you could leave it in alignment, and you could keep it all close together. Or we could just take, let's say, a piece off of each end. So I'm just going to set those over here. I don't know if I'm going to do something different with it. But I decided, you know what? I don't want it to look so linear. So I'm just separating these a little bit. Okay, so this time they're not going to all be touching. Now remember, a sketch you can modify. The sketch is to get your imagination going, but you know what? What you choose to do with it is totally up to you. So, all right, I'm going to move every one of these right now, every other one. Okay, and then I'm going to flip them just so that I'm getting some different color designs. I think that looks better than leaving it in line since I had to cut them apart anyway. And then I think I am going to kind of move them back and forth the way that I did on the last card. So let me get my glue out here and go ahead and just get them down on the card front here. Leaving a little bit more of a frame on the bottom and top this time. So, you know, a little different. You know, it would be a very fun rainy afternoon where you could sit and play with this and see how many different designs you could come up with from this very simple design, you know, that they provided, right? Sometimes, you know, I'll make one card design and all of a sudden it just sparks so many more ideas and I can just keep going. I enjoy that. And then, you know, before you know it, I got all kinds of cards and I can make note card sets, or I can, you know, just have a number of cards and get them ready. I find birthday cards and thank you cards lately have been the ticket. I really had fun with our best friend card kind of idea where I put those little small frameable 2-inch by 3-inch mini kind of card fronts in there and sent them to my friends. That has been awesome. The really cool thing is I've heard from so many of them, and you know, I'm going to make plans to see them. And you know, that was kind of just a great thing that happened that I didn't necessarily expect. So you never know what just sending a card to your friends can do and how you might just find yourselves getting together. And you know, it's summer, so it's a really great time of year to do that, right? I don't know, this like looks like lemon, lime, orange, maybe sherbet. That's what I think this looks like, a little sherbet. All right, 2 more to go here. Tape runner would be a fast way to do this too. Yet once you get it down on the front here, you can't really slide it. You can see a couple of times I've had to give it a little slide. So there we go. So that one looks a little bit different, but fun. And then for this one, for the circle, I thought I would use here, if I show you this way, you can see it. This really happy kind of sunshine stamp. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to do it in orange, kind of like in a mood for yellow and orange today. I have to tell you, usually I don't plant flowers in yellow. You know, I kind of do purples and hot pinks and whites and reds and that kind of stuff. Well, I've done some yellows in my pots this year and in my front part of my house. and I'm really, really liking it. And you know, I did some burgundies, and that yellow popping with burgundies, I'm glad I did it. So sometimes it's great to change it up because I kind of know which plants I'm going to get every year, what pot they go in. And it was fun this year to change it up. And so, do you have certain colors you like to do your plantings in? Sometimes I get to be a creature of habit and try to step out of that box every now and then. Oh, hi, Betty. Kathy, thanks. I'm glad you like the card made of scraps. Hi, Donna. Oh, and thank you for sharing the live, Kathy. It's really wonderful when we can share this with more people. They learn a little bit about Plum Crazy stamping and also how they can, do some of their own card making. Let's see. That one I think I'm going to modify a bit by putting right in the center. And then I want to put a sentiment inside here. I'm going to do this one in orange too. This one says a warm hello. Oh, Kathy, I'm glad you like that I flipped the strips. I think it added a lot more interest. All right, let's get our warm hello in here. There we go. Let me kind of get this out of the way. And I think I'm going to keep these that have kind of yellow, yellow and orange. I think that's so pretty. All right, so let's brighten up the inside before we glue it in. Our card insert 4 by 5 1/4. Just that standard size. So I have, these were cut down, remember, more. So they're just going to be framed within the top and the bottom of this card insert. Oh, good thing I'm doing 2 cards and not a third. I think I'm running out of glue. But of course I have a bunch in the closet. So, all right, there we go with that. And now let's go ahead and just get some glue on the back of here to glue it into the card. Bright and cheery. I think I'm going to put these on the side of the envelope where I put my return address, and then the envelope will match too. All right, so then I'm going to use some dimensionals on the front of this. Now I could color this in, but I'm just going for that kind of monochromatic look today. So let's just put these in here. It does a creamsicle. That's a good way, Kathy. Yeah, I agree. And the temperatures we're having here, we're 80s, 90s with the heat index approaching 100 here in Wisconsin. Yeah, this is perfect day to go get one of those. I think I'm going to put it up even a little higher. There we go. All right, so we've got that. So as you can see, how easy, how fun. And this took not even the full piece of designer series paper. So that was fun and easy. So I want to share with you what I have in those little prize packets for people that are doing the card challenge and sharing cards you've made, because you know what? Just like hopefully you are inspired and get ideas from me, I would love to see your cards and get those ideas as well. Let me just set these up off my desktop so I can lay out the designer series paper that I'm sharing. So, and remember, these are all 2-sided. So you'll have some choices as far as, what you want to do with them. And these are some retired papers, so you likely don't have these. And, you could really make some fun creations with them. Kind of a whole variety I put in here so that your imaginations could go just a little crazy. And some of them also blend, so you could put them together on one card front and make, two cards that look somewhat similar, using the designer series paper. So anyway, like I said, I have 3 more that I'm going to be giving away in a drawing by next week. And I've just been really excited to see the cards that have been shared. I've gotten ideas myself. And then the last thing is, if you find that you want to put in an order with Plum Crazy Stamping during the month of June, at least $50 worth of product, I am sharing this free 4-card tutorial using the Country Bird House stamp set. And you could do this with this stamp set, and it has all the specifics and the measurements and details and pictures and products. But you could also use these same ideas just like a sketch and make all kinds of projects with the supplies that you already own. So just FYI, and if that's the case, then I send those out at the end of the month to you as a thank you. So let's go back to I just want to say thank you for joining me. I'm looking. Oh no, Kathy, air conditioning broken. 93 degrees in the craft room. That would be a sweaty affair. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And I'm trying to think, when will I see you next? Likely I am going to see you next week, Wednesday, when we have Facebook Live. Don't hesitate to reach out to me at Tracy, TRACI, at Plum Crazy Stamping. If you don't have a demonstrator and need a catalog, if you have questions about ordering anything, and if there's anything else that I can do to help you with your stamping, I would love to do that. So anyway, it's my job here at Plum Crazy Stamping to make stamping easy for you. So thanks so much, friends. Have a wonderful day and happy stamping. Bye-bye now.